In my previous video, we talked about the new level 95 accessories coming with the Glast Heim update. Now that the Glast Heim is finally here, it's time to answer one of the biggest questions for every Sacrifice Paladin. Which accessories should you actually invest in? Because there isn't just one decision to make, there's actually two. Which accessory gives you the best immediate PvE upgrade from your current setup? And which 2-slot accessory is worth investing in for the long term? Those are two completely different investments. So today, let's figure out which one actually makes the most sense. For today's test, we'll start with the most practical comparison. The 1-slot Illusory Star Necklace against my current PvE accessories. To keep everything as fair as possible, every test was done using the same build, same refinement, same buff, same dummy, and every TPS test lasted for 30 seconds. So, with that out of the way, let's see if the 1-slot Illusory Star Necklace is already enough to replace our current accessories. This is the comparison that really matters the most, because the 1-slot version is available for everyone through the Eden shop. So, the question is it already worth replacing our current accessories? Now, let's start by comparing my current 2-slot necklace against the 1-slot Illusory Star Necklace. Everything else remained the same. The only difference is replacing my current accessory means giving up 2 card slots. In my case, that's a 1.5 physical damage from my Furious Pouring card and another 1.5 physical damage together with 4 crit from my Kobold card. And as you can see, Illusory comes out on top. And at this point, there's really no reason to compare it against Golden Foot Ring because we already have a clear winner. So, what does this actually tells us? The 1-slot Illusory Star Necklace is already an excellent PvE upgrade. Despite giving up 2 card slots, it still outperformed my current setup. That's actually very impressive. Another thing worth mentioning is that the Illusory setup already produces excellent results without relying on heavy refinement investments. And for me, that's another big advantage. Now, if the 1-slot Illusory Star Necklace is already on top, what if you already reach class 16? Personally, that's when I'll start looking at the Cosmic Eye Ring. The reason isn't because Illusory suddenly become a bad accessory. It is far from it. It's because class 16 unlocks 3% crit damage with 6% crit damage for equipping 2, which is a much more valuable offensive stats for a Sacrifice Paladin than the additional P attack from Illusory. So, if you already reach plus 16, I'll simply buy the 1-slot Cosmic Eye Ring from Eden Shop and make the switch. Until then, I still think the 1-slot Illusory is better choice for an immediate PvE progression. Now, what about the 2-slot version? Personally, I will aim for the Cosmic Eye Ring. Think about it. Getting 300 obscure gems takes a very long time. You only have a limited number of MVP attempts each day. RNG is still a huge factor. And buying one from another player isn't exactly cheap either. By the time most players finally obtain a 2-slot accessory, there's a good chance they already be at plus 16 refinement, or at least working towards it. And at that point, I'll rather invest in an accessory that continues to scale into the late game. And for me, and that's where the Cosmic Eye Ring becomes the more sensible as long-term investment. Now, you might also be asking, does that make Starry Aegis Necklace as a bad accessory? No, not at all. I simply think it serves a different purpose. If you're building your Sacrifice Paladin around survivability, and if you're comfortable trading some damage for a tankier build, Starry is a very solid option. More HP, better defensive scaling, and a much more tankier playstyle. It just isn't the direction I decided to take with my build. Now, what about PvP? If you only have the one slot version, I will still keep my current PvP setup. The missing card slot is simply too valuable, especially if you're using combinations like Osiris together with Horong or Furious Puporing. But once I eventually obtain the proper 2-slot version, then I'll start looking at making the transition. Until then, I will still keep my golden foot ring. Before we finish, I have one practical tip that you may not know yet. At first glance, you might think stats like physical attack and dex don't really matter for a sacrifice paladin. Generally, I would agree. But there are a couple of exceptions. If you're using Sohee for PvE, physical attack actually has a practical value. Sohee's lifesteal still depends on the damage you deal, but the amount you recover is capped by your maximum physical attack, which means increasing your physical attack also increases your lifesteal cap, giving you better sustain. As for Dex, it normally doesn't do much for sacrifice either. But if you're lucky enough to own a Prioni MVP card, Dex becomes more valuable because it helps you reach the hit thresholds needed to unlock additional physical damage. The same applies to the Cosmic Eye Ring that grants an additional 12% attack speed and 2 crit once you reach 150 dex. So, while those stats aren't priorities for most Sacrifice Paladin, they're definitely not completely useless either. Overall, I don't think there is a single accessory that is perfect for every Sacrifice Paladin. It really depends on where your account is today. If you're looking for an immediate PvE upgrade, the 1-slot Illusory Star Necklace is an easy recommendation. And if you reach plus 16, I simply switch to the 1-slot Cosmic Eye Ring instead. Now, when it comes to your 2-slot accessory, that's a much bigger investment. Personally, I'd save my 300 Obscure Gem for the Cosmic Eye Ring because I believe it offers the better long-term value. As for the Starry Aegis Necklace, I still think it's a great option for players who prioritize survivability over maximum damage. It just isn't the direction I decided to take with my build. As always, these recommendations are based on my own testing and the way I play Sacrifice Paladin. If you've done your own testing or you found something different, let me know in the comments. I'd love to compare notes with you. If this video helped you, please leave a like and consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.